I'm back. So we took a little break last week. I was a little busy. We got a lot of work done this weekend already. So let's do a little update. Let's see where we're at. Let's get going. First thing that we got done this weekend is look at that door frame. Look how nice that looks. I'm so excited about that. Man, that looks good. Second thing that got done here this week is there used to be a wall here dividing the kitchen and the dining room. That's part of it. That's been removed. We actually ran into a radiator pipe here. And since our goal is to not have to pull any permits for plumbing or anything, we're gonna keep that there and just close off this wall, framed in a new 2x4 here. Really interesting how thin this wall is. It's a lap and plaster wall with 2x4s facing the skinny way. So obviously definitely not a load-bearing wall. So it was totally safe to remove because this stuff is just like very strange. Never seen this before, but hey, it's an old house. What are you gonna do? Other things that got done here is all the cabinet faces have been removed from all the cabinets that I have deemed savable. So my next project is actually to take those back to my house, sand them down, paint them. We'll see how that goes. If not, I'm not opposed to replacing these either, but I do like the original look of the cabinet as well. So we'll see. Now this bottom floor here is actually a duplex. There's 2 units. Currently I'm in the 1-bedroom unit. There's a 2-bedroom unit back there. And originally there was actually a door right here that was just like locked shut. Just not a good idea. So we removed that door. We're gonna reframe this out eventually. Right now we're keeping it open just so it's easier to move through and get materials from unit to unit. But eventually this will get framed out, drywalled off, and then there will be separate entrances. The other thing that we were able to do was get this bathroom mostly gutted out. We removed this mirror and all the tile here on this wall. If you remember correctly, there was like a really botched job of like multiple different types of tile on this wall. So everything's been cut out. I just brought in the go board. We're gonna put that on the wall, retile it with some new tile. It's gonna be looking fantastic. And then we're gonna have someone come in and reglaze the tub. This 2-bedroom unit still has the stick-on tile that we need to pull up, but we pulled it up in the 1-bedroom studio. And you can now see the original hardwood floors. Unfortunately, they're not savable because someone cut into them at some point right in the middle of the kitchen and replaced it with OSB in a very weird way. It looks like there was some type of rot or leakage in this area. You can see water damage there, a little bit of water damage here, just all over the front of this house. And that is likely because there is actually not a roof above this. There's actually a flat kind of roof that acts as a balcony for the 2nd floor. And the membrane on that thing is completely shot. So that's probably what's causing water to come in through this wall, get down here, cause all this damage, cause all that damage, you know, just all of it. But we're gonna get that fixed. I actually did just buy a new membrane to put on that roof, and that'll be part of my next week's task because definitely want to prevent any more water or water damage getting in here. And we are also going to pull up a section of this just to make sure underneath this floor is fine and there's nothing rotted in the crawl space here. It's very odd. This building has half crawl space, half basement, and the front of it is a crawl space. So we'll have to cut out a section of this just to make sure none of the floor joists are rotted. But I think it should be fine. The floor is relatively level. There's nothing serious. There is a little dip in this corner right here, but if anything, that could just be the OSB. So hopefully it's good. We'll check that out next week though. These cabinet faces have also been removed. I'm about to take all these to my house to sand them, like I said. And all the backer that was on this, there was like just some glued plastic stuff. It kind of looked like the thing you would find in like a RV or a trailer. Really gross, bumpy plastic material being used as the backsplash to this kitchen. So obviously we're gonna replace it. We'll put some tile in there or something nice. We'll see what happens. So this is our surgery table here where we removed all the old doors here for the cabinetry. I bought new hardware for them because this is completely shot. Very similar hinge to what this is, but obviously newer. And I also got some new handles for it as well. But I'm gonna take these back to my house, put them on my table, try and sand them down as nicely as I can, refinish them, and we'll see how it turns out. If not, like I said, we might end up replacing these, but I'd really like to save them if possible. For this bathroom here, bathroom tile, we'll be using Go Board, like I said, put on the wall. This stuff freaking rocks. This is the second time I've used it. I did in my personal home, on my upstairs bathroom, I believe, and holy crap, hauling this stuff is worth its weight in gold compared to having to use like a traditional cement board. I know there's other products out there like Schluter, Keydry, whatever, but this stuff is so easy. It's so simple. It's just like installing cement board, except you got those little washers that you got to do and cover them up. It's not that much extra work, and they weigh like nothing. I can carry like 5 of these boards at once, as opposed to a cement board, which is a pain in the ass. So yeah, that is our house update for this week. I am going to load up my panels that I need to sand, bring them back to my house, and we're starting another week. We hit it with 60 grit, then 150, got it mostly down. There's a couple places like where this hardware was that I would fill just to make it nice and smooth again, but it looks pretty good. Also, I'm not sure if I should be using an orbital sander for this, but I left my orbital sander at the house, so we're using this. All right, it's the next day. The paint is dry. This is the before. This is just the other side of the shelf. Before the paint and sand. Bum, bum, bum. Look how nasty that is. The after. Very nice. Looking good. I'm gonna go through on these hinges and clean these up a little bit more before I put the hinges on, but I'm liking the result. Now I just gotta do like 20 more.